Now in this video tutorial we're going to look at AVCHD acquisition. That is transferring the footage from your camcorder to the hard drive on the PC. There are multiple ways of doing it. The easiest is to use the software that came with your camcorder, and in this case it's a Panasonic camcorder. So what I want to do is to capture some of the footage from the camcorder and put it onto the PC. So if I click on the copy to PC, select the source. Now my camcorder has its inbuilt memory in addition to the SD card, so hence why I've got two camcorder symbols here. So select it to record from the card, so it's looking at my card, and these are the series of video commentaries that I actually recorded. So I'll just deselect all and I'll just select a couple of them. Click next, browse, and then I will select where I want it to go to. And in this particular case I go to this temporary folder, and so now it's capturing the footage to the PC. Whilst it's capturing it, it's also created a folder with today's with the date on. We'll just wait a minute or two until it's captured the footage. Now notice what the file name is, 01MTS, Media Transport Stream. So that's done. So it's copied those to this directory. So we can see it here, it's actually automatically gone to it. So if I go to this folder, double click on it, and we can see the two MTS files. Don't worry about the other files, it's just the capture process. So those are what is now on the PC. So I can use them for my editing. So I can then capture those into the editing software and use them as I wish. So that's one method of doing it. Now the other method that I much prefer to do myself is using a card reader and a fast connection into the PC, in this case a USB 3 terminal. I can then go to my span folder, and this is where I capture my footage that I want to edit. So that's what it is, AVCHD to edit. Double click on there, and this is my various AVCHD camcorder devices that I've either got or had. Click on there, and these are just some of the folders. So if I want to create a new folder to start off with, new folder, and I tend to use the date format for mine, 2012/11/05, and I put in the text what it actually is. So this is for Sea Odyssey commentary files. So I can then fire up my computer, and it comes up with CAM SD. So these are the folders that are located on the SD card. If I go into the private AVCHD, BDMV, stream, that's a file that's actually located on this particular card. It's the only one that is actually on this card. But what I tend to do is I tend to highlight the whole lot, copy, and then paste. So you can see from the address up here as to where the files are going to be located. So this is the particular one of note, so that's AVCHD to edit. So these are the files I'm going to be using to edit. But I want to make sure that I've got a backup of these as well. So I have a different location. These are all my backup files. So again, create a new folder, and rename 2012 1105 C Odyssey. So I double click on that and then click on paste. Then I now have a backup copy on the PC on a completely separate hard drive. So at the side here you can see how my computer is configured. So my boot drive, optical drive, I happen to have a memory stick plugged into it, so that's what that is. And these other removable drives are the other options that are available on my card reader. This is the particular one that shows the folder structure and hence the video files that are actually stored deep within the private folder. And so what we actually have now is at least one backup file of the whole of the contents of the disk, which I'm not going to use. So if we look at this particular one, it's an MTS, so it's an original file. It's not been converted. If I go back down to the SPAND, the temporary folder, the one we used, the Panasonic software, you can see that it's given it the extension M2TS. So it's actually done a little bit of a conversion to the file in the process of transferring it to the PC. There's no right or wrong ways. I just find just using the card an easier system, and I'm not having to plug my camcorder into the PC. I'm just taking the card out of the camcorder and using that. So that is AVCHD acquisition and saving. It's important that we have saved our file. You wouldn't dream of wiping out one of your much loved DV or HDV tapes. This is the same process. If you transfer the footage that you've shot from the card, i.e. these files within this folder structure, to your hard drive to store it, you can then wipe the card and away you go. But in true belt and braces file system, I have another hard drive that I plug in and copy the files to.